What is going on, guys? Migz Films here, back with another video, but you already know that because you're watching it. Today is going to be a very different video from what the usual is. See, April is Driving Distracted Awareness Month. And for that reason, I have a story to tell you that involves distracted driving that is very personal. I need to share it because maybe it'll impact you. I just gotta tell the story. So let's just jump right into it. I'll never forget this day, okay? It was the middle of September. It was a Sunday morning. And me and my sister were getting ready real early because on Sundays we go play soccer at the park if the day is nice. It was a fall morning, so of course the day was nice, and usually my relatives would show up and we'd all play soccer together and everything. Like, you know, it was a fun day. Usually Sundays are fun days, right? Sunday, fun day. I'm a beginner driver, by the way, at this point. It was like last year. I'm 18. Like, I just got my license. I mean, I got it 17, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm still a beginner driver, right? I just started college. I'm driving to college. Anyway, that's besides the point. We get there safely. We get to the park safely. Everything's fine up until the point where we go to the park. We play our games. I score my goals. Daniela scores her goals. Daniela is my sister, by the way. She was with me in the accident. And if you're watching this, Daniela, I'm sorry that I put you through this. We're about to leave the park. And my uncle stops us and he's like, hey, good game, shakes our hand, whatever. Like, see you guys next week. And he tells me one last thing before we go. He's like, drive safely. He said, drive safely. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't drive safely. We leave the park and we're on this road. It's long. There's no cars in front of us. And I realized that I forgot to put my music on. So I look down at my phone. I grab my phone. I go through my Spotify looking for the playlist that I want to play. I press play on the playlist. I look up and I see red. Rewind a little bit. If I didn't look down at my phone, I would have been paying attention to the road. I would have realized that there was a red light coming up. But no, I didn't do that. I looked down at my phone. I was going through my playlist. I click the playlist. I look up and I see red. But not in front of me, above me. And I'm like, fuck. If I brake now, I brake in the middle of the cross section and I'm most likely gonna get hit. So I had two choices. Either I brake and risk my life and end up in the cross section, or hit the gas pedal, risk my life, and maybe let the trash man go by. Or I could hit the gas pedal, risk my life, but also have a chance of surviving. Maybe no car hits me while I'm crossing. But no, I hit the gas pedal. I was like, maybe I'll survive. I did survive, but I still got hit. As I'm flooring it, I look to my left, I look to my right to make sure that there's no cars coming. I look to my left again, I'm like, oh shit, there's a car coming. I mean, obviously there's cars coming. They had the green light. I'm the one that crossed the red light. It's not their fault. I look to my left and I see this car. Ford Explorer. A Ford Explorer. I'm driving a Corolla Sport. 2005 Corolla Sport. That was my first car, by the way. I look to my sister and I'm like, sorry. This is all happening in split seconds, right? Like, my brain is processing everything that's going on and it's just like, we might not make it. I look at this Ford Explorer and I'm like, fuck you. He was probably saying fuck you to me. I look at my sister and as soon as I felt the hit, I go to her and I'm like covering her to make sure she's okay. We start spinning. I feel the car spin. We're screaming. And I feel another hit from the other side. And then I feel another hit from my side again. 3 hits. First the car, second another car. And then finally my car stops. The car hit a light post eventually and it hit my side. This could have all been prevented if I had just pulled over to pick a song. It only would have taken me like 10 seconds. But instead I put my life at risk, my sister's life at risk. It wasn't worth it. And I want you guys to think about that. Like, it's not worth it. Like, you're probably, if you're watching this video right now, finish the video. But if you're driving, pull over and finish the video. I want you to see this whole video. But I want you to do it safely. Anyway, let's continue. Immediately after, everything just stops. I look around. I look at my sister. Her eyes are just like, She doesn't know what to do, what to say, anything. People rush to our car. It's a busy cross section. So there was people walking around, cars flying by. Everybody stops what they're doing. They come to our car. They come to the other cars. And at my car, they open my sister's door. I tell her, get out if you can. She gets out. I see her get out. I see her walk over to like the corner, like the street corner, and she sits down there. And everybody's like rushing to her, like, are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay. They're telling her all these nice things. And to me, this lady comes up to me and she's like, are you okay? Oh my God, like, oh my God, I saw that. Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I think I'm okay. I try to open my door. It's not budging. So I'm like, okay, I need to get out that door too. I need to get out the passenger door. So I try to get out of my seat, but something's stopping me. Like, my leg was stuck, okay? See, the car that smashed into me smashed my door in, and my leg was stuck between the metal and the tire or the wheel. I don't know. I couldn't get it out, basically. So this girl's screaming at me now. She's like, don't get out. They'll help you. When they come, they'll help you. Okay, so she's screaming at me, right? Right now, my brain is like all over the place. So I'm not even thinking about what she's saying. I just hear her screaming. So I'm thinking she's screaming like something like, your car's about to explode. Get the fuck out of the car right now. So I'm like, holy shit, my car's about to explode. So I'm yanking at my leg even worse. And she's like, stop, which makes me panic even more. And I'm yanking at my leg. I pull it out, scratched up and everything. I didn't feel no pain until the day after when everything started hurting. I finally get out of my car, immediately rush to my sister, like, oh my God, Daniela, I'm so sorry, Daniela. And she's like, she's not even looking at me. She's just like spacing out in front of her, like, I'll never forget her face. Her face was just like, again, this could have all been prevented if I hadn't pulled out my phone. Don't snap and drive. Don't drink and drive. Don't drive under the influence. Don't drive distracted, please. Put that makeup down. Put that phone down. Put everything down, because it's not worth it. I'm telling you, it's not. The police comes up to me. They arrive. One of the officers comes up to me and he's like, sir, I know you were just in this accident, but do you know where you are? As soon as he asked me this question, my brain turns into hyperdrive mode. I don't know why or what happened in that moment, but like my brain just all of a sudden relaxed. I felt relaxed. I was calm, and I just answered him. I'm like, yeah, I know exactly where I am. I'm in the corner of blank and blank. He's like, do you know what day it is? Yeah, it's Sunday. Do you know what time it is? I'm like roughly around 12 in the afternoon. I don't know how I knew that. It just came out. It just came out of me. And then he asked me this question. He's like, sir, do you know what happened? And that's when all the movies started coming to my head. Don't tell him what happened. Ask for your lawyer. Ask for something, because you cannot tell him that you know that you ran that red light. You don't want to get in trouble. I knew damn well I ran that red light, but I didn't want to get in trouble. So I'm like, can I speak to my... Then I think about it. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't have a lawyer. Do I? Like, I'm trying to think. I don't recall paying any lawyer. I don't recall having a lawyer. So I'm like, I need to speak to my dad. That's the first thing that comes out of my mind. Can I speak to my dad first before I tell you anything? Like, what, Miguel? I don't know. I go back to my car. I'm looking for my phone, and I can't find it because I need to call my dad. So I go to some stranger. I'm like, hey, sir, can I borrow your phone? He's like, yeah, no problem. I call my dad. I'm like, Dad. Oh, let me mention this. My brain is still in hyperdrive mode. Like, I'm like calm as ever. Everything. So I'm like, Dad. He's like, yeah. I'm like, hey, I just got into an accident on the corner of blank and blank. He's like, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Is your sister okay? Yeah, my sister's fine. She's on the street corner just sitting down. You sure? Are you sure you're okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Like, just, can you come? Like, he's like, yeah, sure. So, he's on his way. And I keep looking for my phone. I find my phone. I'm like, I don't even need it anymore, but whatever, I have it. That's important for later in the story, but I got my phone back. The ambulance comes, right? And they're checking on my sister. And I'm like panicking. I'm looking around at the scene. Everything's like, everything is crazy. The cars were all over, shattered around and stuff. There was 4 cars in the accident. It was a 4-car collision. And it's all my fault, because I was distracted. I didn't have to be distracted, but I chose to whip out my phone to pick a damn song. My dad shows up. The ambulance, the EMT comes to me, and they're like, sir, do you guys need to go to the hospital? The movies come back to me. I'm like, yo, ambulance is expensive. Like, do I really need to go to the... I'm feeling fine. I don't know if my sister's fine, but let me go ask her. I'm going to go talk to my sister. They're like, okay. So they're looking at me like, you're dumb. You need to go to the hospital. I'm like, I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling okay. I go to my sister. I'm like, hey, are you okay? She's just like... her face was funny, but it's not funny. My dad shows up. He sees the scene. He comes to me rushing like, oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? Where's Daniela? He's panicking. I'm like, whoa, you didn't sound like that on the phone. Thing is, he didn't know what happened. He thought I was in a fender bender, a bumper thumper. I made that up, but he thought like it's a small incident because he heard how calm I was on the phone. But no, this was a major accident. Like, I'm not even joking. Not good. Anyways, he tells us like, yeah, you guys need to go to the hospital. We go on the ambulance. My sister's next to me. And then the EMT comes and grabs some ice and puts it on my cheek. I'm confused. Out of all the places she could have put it, she puts it on my cheek. I'm over here thinking, what's wrong with my cheek? I didn't feel any pain, mind you. I felt perfectly fine, but she puts ice on my cheek. I look over to my sister to confirm, like, is there something wrong with my cheek? But she just looks at me like... So I'm like, fuck! Dad, like, I look at my dad. Dad, like, what's going on? He's just like, oh my God. Like, he can't believe the fact that I got into an accident. I'm just putting this story out there because you guys need to be aware. The things that can happen if you're not careful. I just want you guys all to be careful when you're driving. For the sake of everybody that's on the road, for the sake of yourself, everybody in the car with you. Just do it for their sake. So, the ice is on my cheek, and I'm questioning why. So I pull out my phone. I go to Snapchat, pull out the camera. I put it to my face. And oh my God. My cheek is swollen. But not just swollen. No. You ever seen Ed, Edd n Eddy? Jawbreakers that they had sticking out their cheek? That's what my cheek looked like. Put that up. Yeah, not a pretty sight. But I shared it on Snapchat because I wanted everybody to know that I had this fucking cheek the size of Mount Everest. I mean, my cheeks are puffy now, but this guy, Miguel, at 18 after an accident, had really puffy cheeks. The only plus side to this swollen cheek was after it went down, I got stuck with a dimple, and I mean, I think it's pretty cute. Okay, no. Okay, never mind. I lied. Nothing's cute after an accident. Not even me. Anyways, we get to the hospital. At this point, I'm freaking out. I'm asking everybody, like, how long is this going to take before it comes back down? Because I can't go to school like this. I can't go to college looking like a freak. But it's all my fault, so I mean, I deserved it. I ended up going to college with a neck brace and ice on my cheek. And a swollen cheek. My sister, now that everything passed, we were okay, thankfully. Everybody that was involved in the accident was okay. They had injuries, but they survived. We all survived. I'm a survivor of a tragic accident that took place after I was distracted. My sister, she has some kind of post-traumatic stress disorder now. She'll scream at me to stop, slow down when there's a stop sign like 200 feet away. She's a little bit more panicky now, which is understandable. Forgive me, Daniela, for putting you on blast like that, but it's true, like, you're bugged out. The next day, everybody's hitting me up on social media, like, are you okay? What happened? I posted pictures of the accident online. I posted pictures of myself online, like, that's the kind of kid I was. Like, I just wanted to share. I don't know why. Kind of an idiot. But anyway, there's other kids that were hitting me up, like sending me news articles. And I click on one of them by the Daily Journal. And they're telling me, I mean, they had written down the whole thing, the incident. I'll pull it up. And one of the things that they said about me, they made me look like a wimp, first of all. I'm some kid. They got my name wrong. I'm not a Martinez. They also made me look like a wimp. Okay, let me explain. You know how I told the police officer that I wanted to speak to my dad? They wrote something along the lines of, this kid wanted to wait for his dad before he spoke on the matter. Like, what, dude? Like, I mean, I guess I did say that, but did you have to put it down? Did you have to write that? I mean, that was kind of silly. I'm just a kid, you know. I don't know. Like, I didn't know what to tell him. I mean, I didn't want to tell him that I ran the red light. I didn't want to put myself in trouble. I knew my dad would know what I should do, but I don't know, man. I'd like to conclude this video with an apology. I apologize to all the people that were involved in the accident. If you're watching right now, please know that I'm sorry. I really am, from the bottom of my heart. I apologize for being such a dumb driver who was distracted, who just wanted to listen to some music. It wasn't right of me to put your life at risk for the sake of listening to some tunes. I'd like to apologize to my sister because now she has some type of post-traumatic stress disorder. I'd like to apologize to my parents. I let them down. I'm thankful for the fact that I can be here sharing this story with you. Things could have been much worse, and maybe this channel wouldn't have never existed because I had died then. Anybody in that accident could have died. Like, I think about that and I'm just like so sorry. Thank goodness that everybody turned out okay. Seriously. And I just want to put this message out there for you guys to understand that distracted driving is a serious thing. Please drive safe. Like this video if you listened all the way through and it impacted you in some kind of way. Please take this message to heart. Please don't drive distracted. Don't text and drive. Don't do anything that might risk losing a life. Like, don't do it. 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 Share this with friends that you think like would learn something from my mistake. I made this mistake so I can be here to share the story with you and maybe influence you to like not do it. So share this with a friend who you think drives distracted or snaps and drives or texts and drives so that they are a better, smarter driver. I mean, we're all human. We all make mistakes. It's our job to learn from those mistakes. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Peace.